Welcome back. Today we're continuing our journey through the book of Genesis by exploring chapters 6 through 10. In these chapters, we'll discover why God sent the great flood, how Noah's faith saved his family, God's covenant symbolized by the rainbow, and how the nations of the world began. Stay with me until the end because these chapters contain powerful lessons about faith, obedience, judgment, mercy, and God's promises that are still relevant today. Before we begin, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next Bible study. Now, let's begin with Genesis chapter 6. Genesis 6, Noah finds favor. As the world's population grew, people became increasingly wicked. Violence and evil filled the earth, and people's thoughts were continually focused on sin. God was deeply grieved by what humanity had become, but one man stood out. His name was Noah. Unlike everyone around him, Noah was righteous and walked faithfully with God. God told Noah that he would send a flood to destroy all life on earth because of mankind's wickedness. But God also gave Noah a way of salvation. He instructed Noah to build a massive ark. Noah was told to bring his wife, his 3 sons, and their wives into the ark. God also commanded him to take pairs of every kind of animal, along with extra clean animals for sacrifices after the flood. Building such a huge ark probably took many years. Even though people likely mocked Noah, he obeyed God without question. Genesis 7, the Great Flood. When the ark was finished, God told Noah it was time to enter. Noah, his family, and the animals went inside, and God himself shut the door. Then rain began to fall for 40 days and 40 nights. Water also burst up from beneath the earth, covering even the highest mountains. Every living thing outside the ark died. Only Noah, his family, and the animals inside the ark survived. The ark floated safely because Noah had trusted God's warning before it was too late. Genesis 8, a new beginning. After many months, God remembered Noah. He sent a wind over the earth, and the floodwaters slowly began to recede. Eventually, the ark rested on the mountains of Ararat. Noah first released a raven, then a dove. The dove later returned carrying a fresh olive leaf, showing that new life had begun. Finally, God told Noah to leave the ark. The first thing Noah did was build an altar and offer sacrifices to God. God was pleased and promised never again to destroy the entire earth with a flood. He also promised that as long as the earth remains, seasons, planting, and harvest would continue. Genesis 9, God's covenant. God blessed Noah and his family and told them to multiply and fill the earth again. He established a covenant with all living creatures. As a sign of this everlasting promise, God placed the rainbow in the clouds. Whenever people see a rainbow, it reminds us of God's promise never again to destroy the whole earth by flood. Later, Noah planted a vineyard. After drinking too much wine, he became drunk and lay uncovered in his tent. His son Ham dishonored him, while Shem and Japheth respectfully covered their father without looking at him. When Noah learned what had happened, he blessed Shem and Japheth but pronounced a curse related to Ham's family line through Canaan. Genesis 10, the nations spread. Genesis 10 is often called the Table of Nations. It lists the descendants of Noah's 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. From these families came the nations that eventually spread across the earth. This chapter explains where many ancient peoples and kingdoms originated. It reminds us that although people live in different countries and speak different languages, all humanity came from the same family after the flood. So in conclusion, Genesis chapters 6 through 10 teach us that God is both holy and merciful. He judges evil, but he also provides a way of salvation for those who trust him. Noah's story reminds us that even when the whole world goes the wrong way, one faithful person can still walk with God. If you enjoyed this Bible study, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who wants to understand God's Word better. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video as we continue our journey through the book of Genesis.